David Eilers, in one sense was a student here, a person asking a question like, who was David Eilers in more of a symbolic sense. David Eilers was infectious. David Eilers was an infectious smile, an infectious laugh. He was an infectious good mood. David Eilers was a very happy kid, and I think he made everybody around him happy also because of that nature. That's how David Eilers was.
He always had a bright outlook on life. No matter if the cards were stacked against him or in his favor, he always had a positive spin to put on any situation that was put in front of him.
Always came in ready to learn and was so excited for life when he had so many challenges that a lot of us don't go through.
He was really nice and caring and always positive.
He was funny and he cared for everyone, and he always tried really hard, and he was super sweet.
He never had anything negative to say. He really reminded me that life is good and you should find even little things to be happy about.
He was a student that showed up every day excited to learn, and I will never forget his little look he had when he'd be a little bit confused on a math problem, and he'd look up to me and I'm confused, Mr. B, help me out. And he would never quit on something until he actually got it figured out. And more than just a student, he was a brother, and seeing him be the water boy for football or for baseball, just so he could be around his brother more, just goes to show the amount of character he had for people.
I'm Jamal Weems. I'm the head football coach here at Kittitas. I knew David through football. He was a ball boy / water boy. He was actually a huge help to me as a coach. He was kind of our manager of the team in a lot of ways. He helped us a lot on game nights, but also every day in practice. He also was a pretty good coach. He after being around for a while, you got to know some of our sayings and some of the things I would normally say to the boys, so he would come up and remind me at different times in practice. So just a lot of real fond memories.
Went to Good Samaritan Hospital in Puyallup. He actually had pneumonia, and when we were there, he was about 18 months, and he went through the emergency room there, and then the doctor that was treating him came in and said, do you realize that your son has NF1? And I looked at him and I said, no, he doesn't. And he said, yes, he does. And I said, what is that? And then that's when he explained to me exactly what it was, and I'm thinking, I have a regular doctor in Enumclaw that has seen my child since he was a baby, but it just, I never took him to an actual pediatrician.
Yeah.
And this was a pediatrician. And so I just took him to a family practice doctor, and he said, these are the signs, and then he showed me the freckling on his neck, and he showed me all the spots that he had. And then he said, I'm 99% sure that that's what he has. And so he said, when you go back, just go back and explain, to your doctor that that's what I'm pretty sure that he has, and then ask your doctor to do, referral to Children's Hospital. And he did that, and then I took him, and sure enough, that's what he had.
never wanted people to feel sorry for him. And you know, it's tough when I could never imagine the struggle that he went through personally, the pain he felt, the amount of pain that his family went through, still going through, because Dave was such an amazing person, an amazing personality to be around and just influence your life. But he never wanted to put that negativity on other people's shoulders. You know, he wanted to bear that burden on his own. And I feel bad because, you know, I wish I could have done more and said more to, you know, help him through the struggles that he was going through outside of school. But I remember one time he went in for an operation over the summer, and his mom, Chris Brower, our principal at the time, texted me and wanted me to call David because he was pretty scared about going through an operation over the summer. And I called him up, and man, you couldn't tell that he was laying in the hospital getting ready to go into the operating room. He just had, you know, he had such a bright outlook. He knew that he was going to come through and have such flying, you know, come through with such flying colors. But he was nervous on the inside, you know, and I could kind of hear it in his voice, but he covered it up so well with all of his optimism, and he's the strongest person that I have ever known for what he had to go through. So he was just a great kid, great person.